Alrighty then. Um, Judge rules North Carolina did not meet responsibility of protecting the state's coastal fisheries. Judge Superior Court Judge Brian Collins ruled the state of North Carolina failed to meet its constitutional obligation to protect the state's coastal fisheries. Uh, in a landmark decision that could have major implications for North Carolina's coast, he ruled the state failed to meet its constitutional obligation to protect the coastal fisheries. The Coastal Conservation Association of North Carolina sued the state in 2020, arguing that decades of mismanagement and unsustainable commercial fishing practices had depleted North Carolina's coastal fish stocks. The lawsuit specifically challenged practices including shrimp trawling and overfishing. They placed particular blame on shrimp trawling, arguing that trawl nets unintentionally catch large numbers of juvenile finfish as bycatch. Like at Bill Gates was giving them mosquito nets in that country in Africa, and that it killed their ecosystem because they were catching fish and catching the little bitty fish. It just made me think of that. That's yeah. Anyway, plus the industry there too. You can uh go out on a fishing boat and catch fish. It's a couple $100 to go out and fish, and you can fish. It's part of the tourism thing that on the coast. Anyway, that's like in most coastal areas they have that. I'm guessing. The court affirmed that what we have said for years. The state has a responsibility to protect and manage our fisheries for the benefit of all citizens and future generations. Our current system has failed to meet that responsibility. Tim Guestwicki, CEO of the NC Wildlife Federation. In a statement, CCA NC Executive Director David Sneed said the ruling confirms North Carolina cannot manage fisheries on paper. The state has a legal responsibility to keep these fisheries healthy and available to the public over the long term, and the court found overwhelming evidence the state has failed to meet that responsibility. While this outcomes while this is the outcome we wanted, this is not a moment for celebration. There's no real victory when our fisheries are depleted. The important thing now is that the problem has been recognized. The next step is to bring commercial fishermen, recreational anglers, scientists, managers, policymakers together to find a way to protect and restore the state's fisheries. Um, well, good luck with that, because it's going to be really hard, because that's how these people make a living. And then here we have the USDA acts to remove the roadless rule. Uh, so USDA acts to remove roadless rule restrictions that exacerbate rising wildfire risk. And putting roads out there for people to be out. That's really going to stop forest fires. And with what's going on globally, it's a big question there. These are these intentionally set? I think a lot of them are, personally, from what I have seen. Anywho, uh, this was the 18th. Uh, they announced the U.S. Forest Service has filed a proposed rule to rescind in its entirety the National 2001 Roadless Area Conservation Rule, a one-size-fits-all restriction that has frustrated land managers and served as a barrier to wildfire risk reduction work across large swaths of America's national forests. And the fires we had here in the last year was because of hurricane debris, where trees had fell in the forest. Uh, anyway, and here's another article about it. Uh, USDA advances roadless rule repeal. Advocates, lawmakers say it puts 400,000 acres in Virginia at risk. Puts it all at risk. Uh, Prescribed burns. That's how you manage that. Uh, they're about to. Yes, this is what it said. That it's nearing a full repeal of the 2001 Roadless Area Conservation Rule that protects millions of acres of virgin forest land nationwide. largely across the Shenandoah Valley region for development. And most people don't want to see that happening. They want that to be untouched. Like me, I hate to see this. But we knew this was coming. The Trump wants to cut down all the trees. Uh, anyway, uh, hemp grows 10 times faster than trees. Uh, and they know this. They know they could easily solve the resources problem with the wood and paper and things like that, but they choose not to. Just cut down all our trees. That's what happened to a lot of our big giant trees that we had here. There's not many of them left. There are some here in my area that I found out not long ago, but we're going to try to go to them sometime. It'll be later in the fall, probably. But anyway, and yeah, here in this state where uh, they're they were going to get rid of not going to let them sell the CBD and stuff, the THC products, the legal stuff here, but they, said, no, we'll wait on that. So, but yeah, that's a lot of things could be made with this hemp, uh, with the hemp, and instead of using our trees and synthetic chemicals, uh, putting on lotion on your skin, it's made out of synthetic things, instead of natural things like we're supposed to use. Anyway, here's another article about it. Probably saying pretty much the same thing there. Uh, so anyway, just wow. Not surprised on that, but anyway, I'll leave these links below. Y'all take care. Have a great rest of your day and be safe out there. And I'll see you on the next one.